All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to LA Film School. Congratulations on your choice to start your education or your journey to your education. I know that this is a really exciting time. At the same time, it's a little overwhelming. That is what I'm here for. I'm here to give you some tips for success, how to organize yourself, how to get acclimated to a new platform, how you could go about connecting to everybody and networking with your classmates. So that's what I bring you here today. So again, first and foremost, congratulations on your choice. That's amazing. You're making a commitment to yourself and your future that just that alone rocks, and you should put your hand um, over your shoulder and pat yourself on the back because you've made an excellent choice for yourself. This journey is an exciting one. You're going to connect with so many creative, like-minded people. Put yourself out there. Um, make yourself susceptible to all this creativity, and you will be surprised about the relationships that you make, the bonds that you make, um, the evolution that you go through, even in this first month. It's amazing to watch my students and be witness to what they were like when they first came in the very first day to what they were like when they leave DGL. And there's a lot that you're going to learn. There's a lot that you're going to absorb. And I hope that you're ready for it. So before we get started, I just want to point a couple of things out on your control panel. On your control panel, there are ways that you can mute your own mic. There is also a button that it looks like a hand that has a yellow glove on it, almost like Ronald McDonald, and it has a red arrow in the middle of it. So if ever you have a question or you need me to clarify something, or even when we get into our discussion, you may use that button to raise your hand. And after I'm finished with the thought that I'm trying to get out, I'll be more than happy to answer your question. And I look forward to participation, of course. That is my number one thing. I love participation. So why don't we go ahead and try that function out so I know that you know where it is. Why don't you go ahead and press that raise the hand button. Awesome. Cool. The other thing that I want to point out is if you look at your control panel and you scroll down, there's a place that says chat. And if you click on the arrow, it will bring a drop down box open, and that's where you can message me or you can message your classmates when you're in here. So why don't you go ahead and say hello to everybody in the chat box. Awesome, Corey has it. Yay, awesome. And I'm most definitely having a wonderful day, Roger, and I hope you are too. It's really, really exciting to be here, and I can't wait to start getting to know you all. So what did I bring you here today? Basically, I'm going to go through a run-through of what the course is and what you should expect. Some tips for success on how to organize yourself, how to manage your time, where to find things. We'll go through the platform to let you know where you could find my announcements, where you could message me, where my information is, all that good stuff. We'll go through that. I am going to introduce DGO today, But however, tomorrow's session is more about the assignments and what to do with the assignments. WkO is a part of assignment 1.5, and you'll get very familiar with it. It's a fabulous Web 2.0 tool. It's a great way to organize your research. So what I'll do today is basically introduce it and how you can get started. Once you have an account, it'll be so much easier in our session tomorrow to actually have it open when I go through the steps. It's going to be all about how to bookmark and highlight and make lists, all the things that you need to know how to use the Web 2.0 tool efficiently. And then, as always, at the end of my session, I open up for question and answers. So, any concerns that you have, any questions that have been in the back of your mind and you're pressing to ask, by all means, go ahead and ask them. No question is a dumb question. Sometimes we make the mistake of assuming things, so always ask. When in doubt, always ask. Okay, there's not many of us here this afternoon, which is understandable. It's the very first day. I like to get started right away just so everyone has what they need to be successful the entire month. So, as I stated in the announcement about these go-to sessions, they'll be twice a week. Each day is a different time, so I do one after early afternoon session on Monday, and then I do late early evening on Tuesday, just to accommodate some of the different schedules that we have and give an opportunity for you guys to attend at least one session a week. With that said, being that we're all in different zip codes and different time zones across states, and we all, of course, have responsibilities outside of the classroom, hence the decision to take an online course opposed to a campus course. I completely understand about schedules. That's why every session is recorded, and I will be posting that on the community discussion board after each session. Now, I ask that you at least give it to the morning if all goes well and the recording uploads to my YouTube channel right away and I could post it after our session, I will. But I ask that if it doesn't appear the same day, it will be up the following morning, first thing in the morning. So this is for people that can't make the live session, and it's also for people that like to go back and review, especially when I'm going over an assignment or I'm introducing a new tool. It's nice to have it to go back to. Especially today's session, there's a lot to take in. There's a lot to absorb. But no worries about that. So, there's not many of us here today, but I would like to get to know you guys. Of course, I'm also a campus instructor, which I'll get into shortly. I usually have them choose one because the classes are huge. But if you want to go ahead and choose at least two and let me know a little bit about you before we get into me. So, who would like to be the first brave soul to go? Okay, Roger, awesome. I'm gonna unmute you. Hi, Roger, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm excellent for a Monday.
Awesome. Um, So I guess I'll just get into it.
Yeah,
Uh,
go for it.
okay. A future goal I have is I want
Oops,
a
sorry.
film, one of my movies, to win an Oscar. Um,
Oh,
Not necessarily me, but one of my movies is a future goal. Um, and an accomplishment that I've made is uh, I actually co-produced a movie that was it just premiered on the big screen locally, but still, it's pretty cool to see your name 3 feet wide.
oh, absolutely. And I hope I get a ticket.
I think it was just one night that it was showing, but still, it was pretty.
Well, that's an amazing goal to have. Do you have someone that influenced your decision to go into film?
Uh, I'm not really sure. I think ever since I saw Jurassic Park when I was little, seeing dinosaurs, um, I, just the thought of how they were able to have dinosaurs because they don't exist anymore. And then I just started making movies with my mother's camcorder, the VHS camcorder.
Oh, that's awesome. What a great story that you're gonna have to uh, say at the Oscars.
Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I look forward to guarding you this month and watching you progress throughout your program
thank
and
you. I'm
wish
looking
you
forward to it as well.
awesome. And thank you for being the first brave soul to share with us today. Okay, Corey, what about you? And it looks like you might be offline. Oh. Mm, I think we're having some technical difficulty, so we can come back to it. But thank you again, Roger. That was excellent, and um, you're in the right place. You're definitely in the right place. Okay, so a little bit about me. My contact information, of course, is in front of you, and this is also available to you on the platform itself. That's my email address, tpearson@lafilm.com. My chat, in case you do have messages, that is my chat information. That way you can see when I'm online, and if you have an immediate question, you could always ask me. The cool thing about the new platform is that there is a message function right on the platform. So you can also use that as well to get me while I'm online during office hours. The first number is my office number, but I will tell you that my day is pretty split. I also adjunct for another university, and I'm not always in the office. I'm kind of on the go. So the best number to contact me if you want to hear my voice or you want to speak to me over the phone is that second number, and that's my Google Voice number. It goes directly to me, and that's 407-476-4221. So if you want to go ahead and save that information in your phone just in case something comes up and you want to get in contact with me, that is the best number possible. And again, this is on the platform. When you click on my icon or about, and it'll give you my information. Okay. All right. What do I expect as an instructor? I pretty much expect for you to have a positive attitude. And so far so good because we greeted each other very warmly. You sound very excited. And that's the momentum I would love to keep this entire month. If we can keep that momentum, we can keep that positivity, it just makes for a great experience. Um, I also expect that you come in with an open mind. Of course, many of you are like minded in the sense that you have this creative passion, you have this craft that um, drew you here and put you on the path to LA Film School to pursue your degree and pursue your dreams. However, we also have differences in opinions and differences in skill, insight, and perspective. The cool thing about that is one, life would be very boring if we were all the same. And two, it gives us opportunity to learn from each other. And who knows, your perspective may change or your perception may change. Not to say that um, we have to feel that what anyone says is absolute truth and they're trying to persuade us in a certain way. It basically just opens you up to different experiences, and you may learn something that you never learned before. So if you approach this class with enthusiasm and a positive mind and open to new experiences, that's what you're going to receive. And you're going to leave here very full, full of new relationships, new bonds, new concepts, new ideas, new perspectives. The other thing is, I expect that you ask questions. It would be really cool if I was a clairvoyant, but I'm not. I'm not a clairvoyant. I do feel other people's stress. I do feel other people's happiness. I am a feeler in that way. But I can't help you unless you take the time to ask me the question. Does that make sense? You know, the only way I can truly help you out is if you take the time to ask questions. So never feel like you have a dumb question. There's no such thing. What makes people unsuccessful is that they assume that things are a certain way, or they assume that it's submitted right, or the instructions say. If you have any doubt in the back of your head, always ask. Don't assume that you know the answer. That is what we're here for. We're here to guide you. We're here to help you. Um, I'm here for your success. That's part of the reason why I love being a teacher is I get to be witness to success. So as long as you stay in communication with me and you ask the questions in a timely manner, there's no reason why you can't succeed. No reason. So always ask. Um, Take action in your education. So far, I've already seen what you can do on the discussion boards. I'm so impressed. Especially, I put up that video, How Bad Do You Want It? And it's a motivational speaker. I love it. I've seen it a million times. I'll watch it a million times more. It's a great motivator. And already you guys are commenting on it. You're offering each other encouragement. I love it. I hope it continues. I hope it gets contagious. And that's really what you should expect. If you are putting your all in and you are getting the most out of assignments and you're being creative, um, you're reaching out to your classmates and you're connecting, then you should expect a great experience when you leave here. If you have the mindset that, you know, I decided to take an online course because I'm way too busy and I have responsibilities and I just can't. It's okay too, but expect that that's what you're going to get out of the class. You're not going to be 100% fulfilled if you don't put in 100%. Does that make sense? So either way, either no one, there is no right or wrong way. It's just expect that what you put into it is what you're gonna get out. What you could expect from me is you will get 110% from me. I am going to be there to answer your questions. I'm going to give you feedback. I'm going to communicate with you. I'm going to read your posts. That's what you could expect from me. So if that's what you want, then that's what you're going to get if you put yourself out there. I'm always going to be there to give you a helping hand. If I was a robot and could be there for you 24/7, then I would, and I would be a superhero. But like you, I have many responsibilities out of here, and of course, I have more than one section and grades, and all that stuff that comes with being an instructor. So I understand. But I have office hours, so I hope that you understand that if you email me after office hours, you could expect a response within 24 hours. Now, do you have to wait the full 24 hours for an answer? No. I'm pretty good about getting back to you in a very timely manner. But just be aware that if it's a pressing question, you want to make sure that you ask it um, as soon as you can. And you want to make sure that you ask a question while we're on the subject. You want to ask a question way before the deadline, way before an assignment is due. So all our assignments, and we're going to be going through the platform in a minute, but most of our major assignments, our major assignments are due on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you want to make sure that if there's any problem or there's any question, that you get in contact with me before that deadline. That gives me an opportunity to help you out as much as I can. Does that make sense so far? Cool. I'm always here for available for a consult. You have many outlets to contact me, whether it's phone or it's email or it's the message board. Um, I will tell you my preference just because it gets you more in the habit of professionalism is I would love if you had a pressing question or you had a concern that you'll email me. You'll address me by name. You'll write a clear question or a clear paragraph giving me your concerns and close it with your name. So I know exactly who it's from. I know what the question is, and I know how to address this situation accordingly. Not to say that platform isn't great. It is great. It's fabulous. It allows us to talk to each other in real time when it's during office hours and I'm online. However, sometimes it's treated almost like it's Facebook, and we tend to write in one sentence, not even complete sentences, or say hey, or what's up, or yo. And I know that sounds pretty funny that I would say that, but it's something that needs to be addressed. It's not that I don't appreciate when my students feel comfortable. I think that's awesome that we create an environment that's comfortable and family oriented. Um, However, I want you to practice your professionalism. Like, greet me by name, and or if you are talking to one of your classmates, greet them by name, and be as clear as possible. So the conversation or the answer to the question that you seek is not going back and forth like a tug of war, because then frustration ensues. And the person that's asking the question is getting frustrated because the other person is not hearing them correctly. And the person that is receiving the question is frustrated because it is not asked clearly. And it just goes back and forth. And I know that all you know, you're going into the entertainment industry, and time is money. Time is money. Deadlines have to be met, same as our platform. So the quicker something could be resolved, the quicker it could be nice and clear and concise, the quicker everyone's happy, no one's stressed out, and the problem is resolved. Easy enough? The other thing that I would like to point out is you could expect that you will get constructive feedback from me in a timely fashion. Sometimes I scare myself that it's too quick, but you will receive constructive feedback from me in a timely manner. I I stress the importance of this because it is for personal growth on both sides. So although we love to hear, great job, that was awesome, Nan, what does that do for us as an individual? Does that give us any direction whatsoever? Even though it's nice to hear once in a while, it's nice for a minute, and then you're left with a question mark. So constructive feedback is so important. Especially, I feel it's even more extreme in the first month. It's to set the pace, to give you what you need in order to progress successfully. So expect that you're not gonna just get a list of everything that you did wrong. That's insane. That won't happen. But some tips on how you can improve yourself. And then also highlights of what you did that was amazing and why it was amazing. And this is the stuff that I want to see on the discussion boards when you interact with each other. It's nice to say that's awesome, but tell the person why that's awesome. Pick something out in their post that caught your eye and made you want to read on, or made you want to made you feel, whether you were inspired or motivated to carry on the conversation. What was it about that post that made you want to move forward in that way? And it really it's a personal growth on both sides. It makes you reflect and it makes them reflect. So it's so important for constructive feedback. expect that I'm going to read your discussion posts. I'm going to read through them, I'm going to respond to you, and I'm going to give you feedback. And I encourage you to do the same for your classmates. While we're on this note, on campus, I have something I call movie time. And I like to share, and I put that, I spill it over to online just because I believe wholeheartedly that you guys can have the same exact experience online. And technology has done that for us. We can have the connections, we can have the conversations with each other because technology has done that for us. I see that Roxana's hand is up, so before I go into that, I'm going to answer her question. Roxana, you are actually muted on your side, so you have to unmute you yourself. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, I just have one question. Is this video, are these going to be recorded, like these videos, if we don't get to make them to the live?
Yes. Yes, they are recorded and they'll be posted on the community discussion board. And when I go through the platform, I'll show you exactly where you can find them.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay,
Cool.
thank you.
Good question. Okay, so when I go through the platform, I'll show you the community discussion board. And I have a habit of posting video shorts, and they're from all over the world. They're from students like you, or just people entering film contests and getting awards such as the Sundance Film Festival for shorts. And it's really to there's a method to my madness, and the method to my madness is that you're going into an industry that is so creatively diverse that you don't have to be a master at every craft, but if you can build up your skill in order to recognize and understand and appreciate every aspect of the creative process, it'll make your journey that much more enriching. So I show these shorts to make you analyze and start building up those skills. Like, listen to the music, look at the lighting, look at how the scenes are shot, the camera angles, the plot. Is there meaning behind the story? All different aspects. A film doesn't just get made because someone has a camera. There are writers involved, there's musicians involved, there's grips, there's so many different talents that go into a creative piece. That's astounding. And if you could learn how to appreciate and understand everyone's craft, it makes those collaborative pieces that much more purposeful and enriching. Do you get my method? So it's going to show up on the community discussion board, just like the short film that I showed with that motivational speaker, the How Bad Do You Want It? And I invite you guys to share your insights, to share your commentary, invite your peers to conversate with you. The community discussion board is open all month, and it's really yours. It's your way to be and stay connected with this environment that you're in. You're surrounded by creativity. Now, yes, it's digital and you're not in a classroom, but that doesn't mean you're not connected. So take advantage and connect. Okay, so this brings me to the title of the course. How many of you, and you could do it by raising your hand, how many of you, after you finished orientation and got this link on your homepage that said digital literacy, how many of you had a question mark over your head? What is digital literacy and why do I have to take it? Okay, I got one so far. So 2, 3. Oh, okay. And usually that's really my reaction to that question. It's basically the entire room. With that said, does anyone want to take a crack at what you think it might mean? Okay, Corey, cool. Hi, Corey, and I just want to apologize to you. I'm sorry about the links.
Oh, it's no problem. I just wanted to make sure I was able to hit it because, I wanted to make sure I'm doing everything I possibly can to keep myself on track. So
Perfect.
glad we got it figured out.
Yes, me too.
So I think the digital literacy class is meant to help you kind of understand everything and how to or not understand everything, but how to operate and what am I trying to say? Like pick and choose, like what you can and can't use in products or something, maybe.
Okay, well, there are some great things in there. Definitely understand, and when it comes to programs, part of being digital literate is understanding and knowing which ones are a great fit for what you're trying to accomplish. So, uh, understanding is definitely a strong part of digital literacy. Cool. Roxana, you want to add? And you'll have to unmute yourself on your side.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, well, maybe it's like an introduction of how the digital world works, and like everything's done differently, and it's now easier with technology to make things.
Okay, cool. So, just like the functionality, the how-to of how the digital world works.
Yeah, because it's like probably a little bit different than how it used to be, and like with all the new technology that we have, it's like everything's always getting updated and things are getting changed. So I was thinking it's more like an introductory to learning the digital world.
Awesome. Definitely. You're both right. You both have very insightful information, and that's really what it comes down to. It's definitely understanding. Understanding is a huge part of it. A huge part of it. So, what is it like, if you looked it up in the dictionary, to create, use, evaluate, and locate information in the digital realm? I'm not sure if you're aware so far, but you will definitely know by the end of this month that you have so much power at the end of your fingertips. It's ridiculous. Technology has become an extension of the human body. It really is an extension of ourselves. It's the way we communicate, it's the way we organize, it's the way we travel, it's the way we pay for things. It's all right at the end of our fingertips. The key is to learn, appreciate, and understand the power that these tools have, and learn how to use them effectively. And as an individual, we as knowledge seekers, we have that power to do so. So yes, we have the tools, but it's the know-how to use them correctly. And that's essentially why we're here in digital literacy, because we do have a massive amount of things to choose from. It's knowing how to use them, when to use them properly or effectively, especially when it comes into breaking into the industry. There's many things that will help you break into the industry, especially with communication digitally, that you can start building your toolbox of things that you could use to market, to project your image. Like later on in this month, we'll go over building your brand or personal branding, and it's all about having the know-how to use them efficiently and effectively. Okay, Roxanna, you have another question? You can unmute your mic. Go ahead, Roxanna.
No, I think it clicked on itself. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
No, I don't know why it did that.
Oh, no worries. No worries. So no question?
No.
Okay, thanks. And it doesn't stop there. It's not only understanding the knowledge, but once you have the knowledge, to pay it forward and to become the teacher. You have an article to read, and you get. I will ask that you read this before next session tomorrow night, and it has to deal with your first activity, your digital vision, and how you see yourself in the digital realm. It's called Digital Immigrants vs. Digital Natives by Mark Prensky. So we'll start the conversation off on talking about that article. And as a digital literate person, in order to evolve successfully, we essentially have to become the teacher and teach those that are unfamiliar with the way the digital realm works. So it goes above and beyond just learning and understanding the tools and technologies. It goes beyond that to teaching. And you'll see that. You'll start to pick up these skills. You'll start to see where others may not understand, and you're going to want to guide them and want to bring them in and want them to evolve with you. Okay, so knowing what digital literacy is, I'm going to show you the platform, where to find everything. So this should look very familiar to you. If you're on the activities page, you're going to get the activities for the month. Now my side looks slightly different because I have the instructor side, but pretty much all the same. So what you have up here is, of course, your activities, and this will give you a list of everything that you need to successfully complete the week. It's in chronological order. It's meant to build upon each other, so everything is going to work with each other to help you successfully complete your assignments. So first and foremost, it always starts with the go-to sessions. My go-to sessions for this month are Monday and Tuesday. I've set aside 2 days and I have them at 2 separate times to give people the chance to be able to at least go to one live session. As Roxanne asked, I do record the sessions and I put them on the community discussion board. Now, the community discussion board is up all month long. That is where I'm going to post these recordings. I'll post our Freestyle Fridays, which I will introduce a short and invite a conversation as I spoke in the beginning of this lecture. And then you'll go into, this may be an article or a video that will coincide with the theme of the week. And then you'll get into a discussion board and the assignment. So these two things right here, I'm going to be going over extensively in tomorrow night's session. I don't like to cram things in the first session. It's very overwhelming. There's a lot to take in. So I'll be talking about both these assignments tomorrow evening. What I do want to point out while we're here is when you click on this assignment, it's going to give you all the assets that you need. Now, on your side, all you're going to do is click on the assignment. On my side, I have to do this step. So ignore this, but I want to show you what you're going to find. Okay, so when you click on an assignment, you'll have an overview of what it is. And just to point out while we're here, your initial post is due by Friday at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. This reason, because you'll notice that the discussion board doesn't close until Sunday, but for this reason is that you're giving your classmates the opportunity to read your post, give you constructive feedback until Sunday when the discussion board closes. So always on discussion boards, the initial post will be due on Friday at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. However, it will not close until Sunday because the nature of a discussion board is to evoke discussion. So on the instructions, you'll see that we encourage at least 2 of your classmates. You respond to at least 2 of your classmates. Now, I challenge you to do more. Know that I respond to everyone. I'm not saying that you have to respond to everyone, but I challenge you to do more than the minimum. It will make you that more connected. It'll make you that more excited to go into a discussion board and see what others are writing about and how they're responding to your post. And it becomes like a really uplifting, motivational exercise to see that you are actually touching others and you're inviting conversation. With all assignments and activities, there's always access to download. So you're gonna find instructions and you'll find a rubric and it'll give you everything that you need in order to complete an assignment. So the first thing that I would encourage you to do is go into the assignment and download the assets. Read over what you're supposed to do. Even if the first time you do it, you don't do anything with the assignment, but read and get yourself acquainted with what you need to accomplish. So, a little bit background about me, because I didn't really go into it, is I taught high school for 8 years. I was an English lit teacher, and I attended Full Sail University to go for my master's in media design and technology. So I've been in your shoes. I work full time. I went for my master's full time at night. It was completely online, and I only speak from experience that I set aside time each night to go into my platform. So I stayed connected with my school. I was aware of what was going on. I made sure that I checked the announcements. I checked my emails. And even if I didn't do anything with my assignment but read, at least I opened up my laptop and did some kind of activity. Why am I telling you this? Because everyone is different, right? It's just a way that I was able to organize myself. It kept me connected. I didn't feel overwhelmed when it came close to the deadline. And it's just an effective way to organize yourself by going in, making sure that you're aware of your surroundings, you're aware of what's coming up during the week, and you're aware of what needs to be accomplished by a certain time. So let's go back to activities and go into this one. Okay. Most of your major assignments are going to give you time to complete. This is an estimated time. But why do we do this to you? Not to freak you out, but it's to let you know that maybe you should not wait until Sunday to open up your computer and download the assets. To someone like me, I would open this up on Monday, see that this approximately takes 10 to 11 hours, and say to myself, okay, if I start this now, that means about 2 hours a night I should be working on this. And come the weekend, I can relax and just do finishing touches and proofread and make sure everything is, all my ducks are in a row, and then submit. And I could watch football on Sunday and forget about everything until Monday starts again. Again, this doesn't work for everybody. It's not how everybody works. There's different responsibilities, there's different schedules, but I do strongly encourage that you go into the platform at least once a day just to check things out. It doesn't have to be a long period of time, just something to go in and make sure that you know what's ahead. Make sense? Cool. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to show you is on your far right corner, there's different icons. The bell is usually messages. That's gonna be like the little that's going to give you alerts of when people, depending on what settings you do, that's going to alert you when someone has commented on your post or I've graded an assignment, so on and so forth. Those are notifications. This envelope right here is messages, and if you click on the envelope, it's going to give you options: view all message or new message. If you want to write me a message on the platform, of course it's going to be the new message. But to get to your announcements, you need to click on View All Messages. and I'll bring you to something like this. Now, of course, you're not going to have all this stuff because I'm the instructor. I'm going to have all your information, and I'm going to have a list of everyone that's in the class, okay? But see how it says inbox and it says announcements. If you click on announcements, it'll bring you to the announcement page. Now, you're not going to see everything that is on here, of course, because there are things that haven't opened yet. But I want to bring your attention to a couple of things. Check this often. I do update it, especially if there is a glitch or there is a pattern of a concern or a question on things. I'll write an announcement to everybody and show what the fixes are. But so far, I put that not only do you have the go-to session to register each week, I also have it on the announcements under go-to training sessions. That's the link to the catalog to the whole month. Okay, and it also has the announcements of where to find the recordings on the community discussion board. I've also put a Meet Your Instructor. This is a quick little video that gives you a little insight to who I am, and that's pretty much it. That'll give you everything that you need. This little people person over here, it'll give you where you can manage your account. Okay, now this is me. Hi. And I encourage you guys to go on here and fill this information out. Upload a profile picture, upload stuff about yourself. This is going to help you guys when you get into your groups for week 2. I've also created an announcement, so look out for that in a couple of days. I had to wait a little bit to make sure everyone is accounted for before I start making the groups, but you will find a link to your groups sometime tomorrow or at the latest Wednesday, and then it'll be under your announcements. Any questions on the platform? Okay, seems easy enough. Oh, one other thing I wanted to point out for you. Students, where it says students over here, it's going to be people. And on your side, it's going to say people. So you're going to get a list of everybody that is in your section. This is going to be really helpful when you get into your groups because it's going to give you a name with a face, and hopefully people will start uploading pictures. But I'll give you all the information to contact them, and it comes in handy. And that's really what you need to know to start right off the bat. And oops, sorry about that. We've come to the end of the session where I open up for questions or answers. I know that we are scheduled for 2 hours, but it depends on the size of the class that is registered. We might not go the full 2 hours, which is okay. But just know for planning purposes to have that block, because sometimes we do go to the end. Okay, Roxana, you have a question. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yeah, I uploaded my picture, but it's still like on a pending status. Is that on my end, or is it?
Yeah, good question. That's on your end. When did you upload it?
Like 2 or 3 days ago, but it still says pending.
I would call support and see what the status is. It shouldn't have took more than 2 days.
Okay. Yeah, because it did it on Friday, so.
It could be a delay because of the weekend, but I would follow it up with support.
Okay.
Okay, they have everything to do with the platform. If anything goes, and I'm glad you brought it up. If anything goes wrong with the platform, if you have any problems with uploading a file or a post that you posted on the discussion won't post or save, always call support. It generates a ticket and it backs you up in any situation. Then, of course, let me know. Give me a heads up of what's going on. But as far as the platform, I don't really have any control over the glitches. That's the support team. Okay. But it should be. You know what? I would probably give it today. If it doesn't show up today, call them tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Cool. Any other questions? Okay, Roger, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Hi, I actually read that article about the digital immigrant versus digital native.
Mm-hmm.
If I read that article, do we need to wait until after the session tomorrow to complete those last assignments?
No, you do not. It's just that article is how I start the discussion tomorrow, but you don't need to wait.
Okay.
In actuality, if you're planning on coming tomorrow night, it would be helpful because you would already experience it and have a lot to share with the group.
Okay.
Okay.
I do plan on coming tomorrow night. So.
Awesome. I'm very impressed with the proactivity. That's amazing. Keep it up.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Roxanne, you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, since you brought up the discussion or that article, so it's going to be in the discussion form besides the audio and video that we're going to be posting.
No, the article is I think I'm hearing you correctly. The article itself is on the platform, and it goes along with the activity, Digital Vision. And tomorrow night, when I do the session, we'll have a discussion about it.
Oh, okay. But we're still submitting like an assignment, which is like a written one and a video or audio with it when we submit the assignment.
Yes, and that I'm going over tomorrow night, and I also have I put my example if you've been in there yet.
Okay.
Yeah, if you click on the assignment again, I have to do edit, but you don't. You just have to click on the assignment. Okay, no, that's the wrong thing. Okay, click on the assignment, then class discussion, and there on the very first post. So it gives you kind of example of what you can do with the assignment. It talks about what I call myself. I talk about the Prensky article, and then I share an illustration. And the illustration could be however you want to deliver it. It could be a video, it could be a poem, it could be audio, whatever you feel like your creative outlet is.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so I know that it's ending early, but if you don't have any questions, I know you all have so much to do. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for your company. I do hope to see you in our session tomorrow night. If you leave the session and you think of something that you wanted to ask, always email me or message me, or you can call me. Whatever you need, I'm here to help you. So if you don't have any more questions, I wish you the best of afternoons, and welcome to LA Film School.